All right, guys, in today's video, I'm departing, leaving the Philippines. I don't have an exact return date because I like to travel that way, kind of go out and return when I want to return. And sometimes it does result, of course, in maybe a little bit more of an expensive ticket because I'm buying last minute or something to come back home. But it's worth it for me, and I'm going to discuss where I'm going and just how inexpensive it was to do this trip that's been on my bucket list since I was a kid, to be honest. Stick around and we're going to... Alright guys, so where am I going? Here's the crazy thing is I've got all my tickets and everything here in hand. I leave tomorrow morning. And initially I had told myself, you know what, I just want to get out and kind of reset my mind a little bit, just kind of take a break from it all. And so I decided kind of my comfort zone is always Malaysia. I like to go there because they do speak English. I can get really good food, and they got great night markets, and the infrastructure is just really good. So I enjoy going there, and I had planned to go there. I was only going to go for like 4 nights. And it's always been on my bucket list to do an African safari. And, so I bought the ticket to Malaysia, and I just started playing around with different flights to Italy, flights to the US. And I don't know, just out of curiosity, I said, how much would a flight to, I don't know, Kenya is the country I decided on. And it was unbelievably inexpensive. And in fact, I'm going to go over the price with you here. I'll even show you. So basically what I do is I head over to Skyscanner. That's my go-to site for looking for flights. And there's a link down in the description. So I was playing around with different dates and different destinations. I put Kuala Lumpur because that's where I was going. And then I went to Nairobi. And here you can select flexible dates, specific dates. Red will be the most expensive, orange in the middle, and green would be the least expensive. And of course, then you got the dates that are blackout dates. And for example, here, like you went into July also, and you got the least expensive flights. But what I did is, again, I always choose one way. Flexible dates, okay? And I was going in February, but I'm actually going to depart Malaysia in March. So you just select the whole month of March when you click flexible dates. Click apply, and now we can click search. Now we can look at March and say, okay, it'd be $320 to fly from Kuala Lumpur to Nairobi, Kenya. On the second would be $182, and hey, look at this, $168. And that's really, if you kind of scan through, you're going to see that that's really about the cheapest. So what I did was choose the third, and then went ahead and click find flights. And we have another window pops open here. And the great thing about this, okay, AirAsia direct flight leaves at 7 p.m. and you arrive, it's a 9-hour flight by the way, and you arrive at 11 p.m. in Nairobi, Kenya. That's the thing about Skyscanner. It'll redirect you to different places where they have discovered the least expensive flight. So here it's confirming price, confirming availability, and there it is, direct flight, 7 p.m. to arrive at 11 p.m., 9 hours, and $178. And yeah, so that's it. That's how I find my airfares. This might be something that is on your bucket list, and maybe from your home country it's a crazy expensive trip. But when you come out to the Philippines, not so much. So first, you do have to get a visa, e-visa for Kenya. As an American, you get 90 days. I think it ended up costing me around 120 some dollars. Here's my e-visa. And you print it out, but it took, I don't know, 24 hours or so. Basically, it's like most things. You have to show a ticket in, a ticket out, hotel of where you're staying at for your trip, and you get 90 days. But I just bought one of those throwaway tickets to show as my exit because I don't know when I'm going to leave. Probably on this trip, probably only about a week or so. So let me start off with the original trip, which was from Bacolod to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur to be exact. And from here, Bacolod to Manila, Manila to Malaysia. And so I think my ticket cost $87 from here to Malaysia. Pretty inexpensive. That's one way. Malaysia, you don't really need an e-visa. You don't need a visa. You get 90 days upon arrival for most people from Europe and Australia, Canada, the US, things like that. You get 90 days upon arrival, which is really super nice. You do have to fill out a form, much like the Philippines, like an e-travel form. And you go on their website and you can do that. And so like I said, I was playing around with tickets, I was checking out, what if from Malaysia? What if from Malaysia I went to the US or I went to Italy or I went to Africa? And again, I thought a trip to like Kenya, Africa for a safari was going to be a bit out of my budget. So a one-way ticket from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, direct flight to Nairobi, Kenya, cost 198 US dollars. Yeah, 198 US dollars. And that 198 US dollars is with choosing the seat that I want. Yeah, so for an extra $23.20, I could select the seat that I wanted for this flight. Now, once I get to Nairobi, Kenya, I booked a car service. They'll be holding a sign with my name on it. That cost 14 US dollars, which I think is well worth it, especially when you've never been to a place before, trying to figure out the whole system. And I've paid for 7 nights at a very nice hotel, and that hotel is costing me $603 for 7 nights. That's with a big, huge breakfast buffet included. It's got a rooftop pool, infinity pool. It's got very nice rooms, just kind of a luxury hotel. And so I did splurge a little bit more than I could have obviously gotten cheaper on that, but that's what I decided to go with. Then I got my travel medical insurance. I made sure that is covered. I also got the eSIM on my phone, so I did the Holofly plan. And there's links for the stuff down in the description. But yeah, I want to say I got all my paperwork all saved up here. Got my one piece of carry-on, and I'll have my sling bag. So anyway, this was on my bucket list. This was something I've always wanted to do. This was kind of last moment. I never expected to go do an African safari. But again, I had already booked the Malaysia trip. I thought I'd just spend 4 nights there, kind of unwind. I started playing around with the prices and tickets, and next thing you know, I'm on a flight from Malaysia to Kenya. And so I'm spending 7 nights there with the possibility of extending, but I want to see how it is, because maybe once I've done these safaris, I've seen all the sites, maybe at that point I'm bored and I want to come back home. So we shall see. And then I have another trip to the US, of course. That will be, I think, on May 30th, going to the US. So staying quite busy, staying with the theme of what I said about every 3 months I'll be traveling out, and really just kind of using this place as my home base and travel. And that doesn't just mean travel internationally. Like I do want to go and do a motorbike trip around Leyte and Samar. That probably will come after I get back from the U.S. I got a trip to Thailand to go do a bike tour, some biking around, not bicycle, but motorbike kind of tour around Thailand. I'd like to do that. So we shall see. Lots of things going on, and even maybe at the end of the year, I'd like to sneak in Indonesia possibly, but we'll see. We'll take it just kind of one trip at a time. Anyway, I get to go to Africa and view hippos in the wild in their natural environment without having to go to Walmart. I mean the zoo. All right, so yeah, I'll be taking this lake cruise, I guess. I forget the name of it, but in Kenya, you can take this lake cruise. You get to see the hippos, right next to you. The pink flamingos, the crocodiles. You can maybe possibly see some zebras or gazelle or whatever, at coming down to the lake to drink water. And then, of course, I'll be doing a safari. I'll be doing a safari where I get to, you take one of those jeeps out and you can literally see cheetahs and elephants and rhinos and lions and just everything in its natural environment, which I thought would be just amazing. I will be going to some pretty cool restaurants that I've researched, like one place called Carnivore. And the guy lights his gloves on fire and then lights all the meat on fire, and you get like these big platters of meat. You can try crocodile, you can try ostrich, all these different types of meats that you may have never had an opportunity to try. So I'd like to try that. And also there's some hiking that I want to do to see this amazing waterfall. I heard, now there in Africa, you don't go jumping into the water. Probably not so safe in Africa, not like here in the Philippines. So yeah, lots to see, lots to do. I will share with you guys cost and everything, and just show you the highlights of the trip. I will be doing a lot of video. If there's more interest in it, let me know. Down in the comments, I'll put out even more videos on it. But cost of, again, how much are the meals costing, the visa, the flights, hotels, all of that. I'll just kind of go through as I do my trip. But it should be quite the adventure. It was on my bucket list for a long time. I never had really researched it. I always thought it was one of those trips that was crazy expensive. It's not, especially from the Philippines here. I was looking at prices throughout the year, and most of the time, I don't know, around $300 US, you can fly one way to Kenya. And if you want to do a round trip, then of course around $500, $600. But even hotels, I'm staying at a higher end hotel. I wanted to kind of splurge a little bit. And yeah, so I'll take you guys along, and I'll show you guys everything. But first stop, Malaysia. I'll do some videos and stuff from there. And there I'm really just kind of chilling, kind of unwinding, enjoying the everything Malaysia has to offer. And I'll be doing some sightseeing. Of course, I'll be solo, so it's a bit of a different type of a trip for me. For so long, I've always had somebody to go with, but it's okay. As I tell people, if you need to wait on somebody to go take a trip, you may never take this trip. And so I learned long ago that if I want to do something or go somewhere, it's great if you have company, yes, but I'm not going to wait for that. I started this when I was in the Army in Germany. What I would do is, I would plan a trip somewhere when I was stationed in Germany, and I would tell different Army buddies about it, and a lot of times they were on board, and sometimes, guess what, I was hopping on that train by myself and traveling, and I had no problem doing so. Again, is it more fun sometimes to have somebody with you? Yes. But if you're always waiting on somebody to go do something or go travel somewhere, then you may never have that experience, because you may be waiting a long time, if not never, it may never happen. So I take that philosophy with me currently. If there's some place I want to go, if somebody will go with me, fantastic. If not, I'm still going, and I'm going to have a good time. So anyway, let me know questions, comments down below. But yeah, I'll be leaving tomorrow morning. Got my suitcase packed. Got my Kenya visa and my plane tickets, everything all ready to go. So there will be a lot of videos when I get back. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you everyone next time.